Welcome to the Information Channel, your go-to source for expanding your knowledge effortlessly. Just press play and listen. Let's get started. The discovery, independence, and early history of the United States. The story of the United States of America is deeply rooted in a combination of exploration, struggle for freedom, and the establishment of democratic governance. Several pivotal events, from its initial discovery by Europeans to the acquisition of iconic symbols like the Statue of Liberty, shaped the nation into what it is today. The discovery of America is often attributed to Christopher Columbus, who, sailing under the Spanish crown, reached the Caribbean in 1492. However, it is important to recognize that indigenous peoples had lived on the continent for thousands of years prior to his arrival. Columbus's voyages opened the door to European exploration and colonization, but he never actually set foot on what is now the United States mainland. Later explorers, such as John Cabot, sailing for England in 1497, reached the North American continent, while Spanish expeditions explored Florida and the Southwest. Despite this complex history, Columbus is commonly credited with ushering in the era of European awareness of the New World. Over the next 2 centuries, European powers, particularly Britain, France, and Spain, established colonies across North America. The British colonies along the Atlantic coast eventually became the foundation for the United States. By the mid-18th century, tensions arose between the 13 colonies and Britain due to heavy taxation, lack of representation, and restrictive laws. These grievances led to the American Revolution, 1775 to 1783. The colonies declared independence on July 4, 1776, through the Declaration of Independence, primarily authored by Thomas Jefferson. After years of conflict, the war ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1783, formally recognizing the United States as an independent nation. Following independence, the new nation needed leadership and stability. In 1789, George Washington was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. A revered military leader of the Revolution, Washington set critical precedents for the presidency, including the 2-term tradition and the formation of a cabinet. His leadership helped solidify the foundations of the young republic. As the nation developed, symbols of freedom and democracy emerged. One of the most iconic is the Statue of Liberty, a gift from France in 1886. Designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi and built with the engineering expertise of Gustave Eiffel, the statue was presented to the United States to celebrate the centennial of American independence and to symbolize friendship between the two nations. Standing on Liberty Island in New York Harbor, it has since become a global symbol of freedom, democracy, and hope for immigrants arriving in America. Another vital element of early American history was the establishment of its own currency. Before independence, the colonies relied on a mix of British pounds, Spanish dollars, and local colonial notes. After independence, the Continental Congress issued the Continental Currency in 1775, which was the first paper money of the United States. However, it quickly depreciated due to lack of backing and counterfeiting, giving rise to the phrase, "Not worth a Continental." Later, with the ratification of the U.S. Constitution, Congress established a more stable currency system, leading to the U.S. dollar, which became the nation's official currency in 1792. In conclusion, the United States' journey from discovery to independence, from its first president to its iconic symbols, is a remarkable story of resilience and vision. Columbus's voyages initiated European interest in the continent. George Washington's leadership grounded the new republic. The Revolution secured independence. The Statue of Liberty embodied democratic ideals, and the early struggles with currency laid the foundation for the economic system still in place today. Together, These milestones form a rich narrative of a nation built on ideals of liberty and self-determination. If you enjoyed our content and learned something new, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way, you'll be the first to know when we share more valuable information. Thank you for your support.